Hello, good evening, and welcome to Spergonomics. This will be the last episode for a week where all three of us are together. So after the 4th of July, we'll be back because these two, who I will obviously introduce in a minute, are on holiday because it's Independence Day, and they're going to be spending time with the fam. I know you bloody grifters. So, speaking of grifters, how you doing, Chicago Liberal? How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing great, and thank you for insinuating that.
And Alkazai, how you doing, Libtard?
Yeah, I'm a grifter, I'm sorry. George Soros pays me.
Grifter's eye.
Grifters.
It doesn't even work.
It works now. And with us is Omegon. How you doing?
When you said grifter, I was expecting you to say me next.
No, you're not a grifter. You're too perfect for that. Oh, wise and powerful,
it's the skeptic clone thing. Do you remember that? The skeptic clones, they're all grifters. They're all grifters like you as well, Miss.
What is with these people in skulls? While Sean and Jen is in the same video.
Are they still around?
Guys, she took the Twitch channel.
Yeah, she took the Twitch channel. Yeah.
I feel like I should give a shit. I don't know. I don't even know who she is.
I don't know who she is. I don't think I've ever heard her voice or seen her face.
I thought Jen was his transition name.
I thought she was fake, kind of like Peter Coffin faked his girlfriend at that time.
Peter Coffin faked his girlfriend. That's funny.
Yeah, he did. I think she was actually a sex doll. Yeah, do you not remember that?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he did. This was a long time ago. He pretended it was...
Obviously.
He had this sex doll, or it was like a picture of some woman, and he said, "This is my wife or girlfriend," and it turned out not to be.
Then and I bet he's still simped.
Yeah, he's still simped. And then obviously he did get married legitimately for a while to.
Really?
Yeah, that redhead woman who was in his videos. That was his actual wife. Yeah.
I didn't watch his videos, so I genuinely have no idea who.
But I knew who she was. So
Oh,
I was shocked.
Good on him for moving from inorganic.
She looked like an android. I'm not gonna lie. I thought she was fake.
Oh, okay. One robot to another. Fair enough.
It's the way how she would have. I'd look at her face, but it wouldn't emote properly. Like it was fake. Like she had a weird uncanny valley look to her.
By the way, I just pulled your stream up. I'm getting ads on it. I'm impressed.
Really? Oh.
Well done.
Don't worry, we won't have them for much longer.
Oh, okay.
Don't worry. We'll get that rectified immediately, sir.
Then I'll have
Please
to,
fix it.
And then I'll have to like request YouTube to give me full access to the ads, because I have had adverts appear on Well, they say it's not demonetized. It's basically got limited ads or something. But
yeah. That's what all my content is these days.
So you do get the occasional advert, but it's not every video, and it's not all the time. But
yeah.
I don't know. It's sad these days. It's so sad.
Us grifters have got to find a way to make our shekels.
If it's not making countless videos every single day, you basically.
I can't do VO sticks. I can't do that. That's too much effort.
Yeah, I did it a few times on the original channel, like 2 or 3 times, but since then, I can't do it. It's too much work.
Charming Man 93.
I know, the good old days.
Yeah.
Crap name. I never liked the name, to be honest.
Why did you use it?
Because it was my old username for years. I just didn't change it. Well, I did change it to Charming Man, but then I didn't like that either.
I like your backdrop, by the way. Your
Spergonomics
Spergonomics backdrop was quite nice.
That's made by Scalk, the man who did a lot of stuff for Knuckle Levy, if you know who that is.
I know Nucker is, on a D&D server with him.
Yeah, he's the South African dude. You might have seen him a few times. Yeah, he's a really talented artist, and he's my go-to guy for stuff that I need doing. So if you want to get something done with him, I can always arrange something. So how you doing, Meg? Because we've been talking recently, I know, but how you doing? Are you all right?
Yeah. Just keeping busy mostly. This end to lockdown is very much appreciated. I was a bit disappointed when they announced the gyms were not opening. That pissed me off actually more than anything. Yeah. Otherwise,
Damn,
things
they're
are
even opening them here. And Illinois
well,
is one of the most stringent lockdowns.
Yeah.
I'm just astonished they wouldn't, because there's been proven health benefits to having a gym open anyway.
Mhm.
So, come on.
The more
Open the gyms.
exercise, the less you're
Yeah.
likely to
Take the
get killed.
I don't want to be outside all the time. It'd be easier just to go to a gym, smash it, and go home.
I agree with that.
Why would you?
Although I don't actually I don't go.
It's because
to
you're a
the gym.
fucking twig.
I know I'm a twig, but you know, I mean,
Dude, I wish I was like I'm fat.
I mean, if I
I'm just built.
I have only a certain amount of money every month that I can put towards, you know, monthly charges and subscriptions, and unfortunately, I'm just not ready to go to the gym every day.
Do you not have like a community center where you could like go to the gym?
Not
They're
near
shut.
me. Not near me. We have
Nor
obviously,
myself.
We have like normal gyms, you know, like you get a subscription for. They're called Pure Gym
Oh,
or Virgin gyms, but the nearest one is like a
No,
Pure Gym.
they're for the shirats, aren't they?
Yeah, they're for the Sherats, yeah.
Yeah. What we mean is all the liberals on your server.
hmm
shit, that's me.
Yeah, get fucked, virgin.
I can't imagine
Yeah.
that because I go to the gym. Sorry.
Well, I
Sorry.
did before the pandemic hit. I'm just waiting for my community center gym to open because it's free and it's in walking distance. Because I'm not paying to go to like Gold's Gym or whatever.
That's me pressing
I-
X to doubt, by the way.
I'd been going to mine for like 3 months every day. I was really enjoying it because I didn't. It took a lot for me to get that sort of confidence to just go in, and now it's gone. It's been gone for now about 3 months, and I'm just annoyed because that's 3 months
I don't
wasted.
know where to start if I was to go to the gym. Do I work on my stamina first, or do I just go on the treadmill?
Well, it depends on what
or-
it depends on what you want to improve first. What do you want to do? What do you want to get out of it? First thing I did was cardio, but only so that I could build up the endurance to be able to do other things.
That's my thinking behind it. Whenever I think about going to the gym, it's like, well, I obviously need to be able to last longer than 10 minutes, so I need to build up that cardiovascular strength.
That's it. Compare it to sex. You're right.
Do you reckon Sherat does go to the gym?
No.
Why are we talking about David Sherrod?
Because it's funny.
Oh,
we like talking
He and I have
about
been
him.
talking about. He and I have mentioned a few times because I'd mentioned in DMs to Mitch. I was kind of curious where everyone was and stuff, and I then noticed that Alternative Facts YouTube channel name is now Discord Spies.
I'm actually going to look that up. Because you know what?
It is actually called Discord Spies. I promise you, it is.
Oh yeah, I don't doubt you, but it's like I've been trying to think about how I'm going to make the stream more interactive, and I thought, well, if I can get the blue in the picture to be like a green, you know, like a blue screen, because it's the right kind of color, I could maybe.
Oh, you want to chroma key it?
Yeah. I don't know how you do it on OBS though. I'm looking into it.
There is a way of doing it through the transformation settings.
Really? Ooh.
I believe so.
People, so then it'd be the three of us.
It's not.
and there'd be a video. You know?
It's not a setting I've used. Let me have a look. I will transform something on my end.
But yeah, so if we ever do like a video response to somebody, you know, like the drunken peasants used to do back in the day. I mean, they
God.
probably still do it now, but
I don't know if they do. Are they still going?
Yeah, I think they are still going.
No, it's the TJ's not in that podcast anymore.
Oh,
He
he's
has
not, but it's Ben, isn't it? And Jeff Holiday.
I'm not surprised he didn't. I'm
What?
not surprised he left though. To be fair, because he gets bored of things quickly and then he just fucks off and then acts all contrarian.
Yeah, he's now like a bread tuber type, isn't he?
That's
is
my
he- is he-
trope. I'm supposed to be the contrarian.
Is-
Copyright
To be
that.
fair, Made the Atheist has made a career out of being a contrarian.
Yeah, he has no personality other than being an edgy dick.
Just a dick, I think. I don't think he's even edgy. I think he says without thinking, and it comes across as edgy, but there's no lack of thought that went into it, so it's not really edgy.
Thing is, at
Or
least he's
impulsive.
honest about it.
Yeah, well, I mean, he quote tweeted me one time, and all his fucking retard fans went after me. I was like, God damn, all of you are
He has friends.
complete degenerates. Well, I mean, not his friends, his followers. Sorry.
So look,
I feel like you
Yeah.
go through an amazing atheist phase. So like,
I
never did.
I was genuinely really happy for the Drunken Peasants when they first hit 100,000. They got their play button and they upgraded. They got a whole studio and everything. It looked fantastic. And now I'm going to go quickly look at their playlist for their more recent streams. They're still averaging about 5,000-6,000 views, which is great for a stream. So at least they're still going strong. I'm very happy for them in that regard.
Considering the main draw is no longer there.
Oh, they make $6,000 a month on Patreon. Yeah, they're doing fine.
Oh, if only.
They're fine. They're fine. They're safe. Okay, they're doing great. That's fantastic for them.
Yeah, you're
honestly.
right.
Dude, I never had an amazing atheist phase. How could you guys have an amazing atheist phase? What's so?
What I meant is you just
not even an atheist.
You don't have to be an atheist to watch him, but I mean, he had people who were religious watching him, even if they didn't agree with him.
Well, here my thing is that it's like, okay, for one, I didn't watch him when I was religious because duh. But then like when I became irreligious, and I took a look at his content, and I was like, wow, you're just a sad, pathetic human being.
I liked his some of his atheist content, but I primarily watch his political stuff. But then, like, I don't know, I just stopped watching him on the Drunken
I agreed with him on his politics, but I thought he was just incredibly moronic and simplistic the way he analyzed things.
I nearly got on Drunken Peasants because the guy
that's cool.
You want a cookie or something?
No, I'm just saying. The guy who ran the account, who's not Ben or whatever, he wanted me on, and I think it was around the time before Jeff Holiday truly became insufferable, but I just couldn't make it.
Yeah, what happened to Jeff Holiday? Why is he just?
I don't know. I don't pay attention to. No offense to Jeff, if you ever see this, I have no issue with you. As far as I'm aware, that he's ditched the edgy in favor of just being a bit more empathetic towards what he used to be against, and I felt that made me feel like perhaps he was a grifter for that.
Yeah,
because he had Yeah, I know his partner says she's now a feminist, and that's irks a lot of people. I don't really care. Go ahead. It's not really I don't really give a shit. I don't watch you. I don't watch Jeff for that matter because I only really liked his anti-vaxxer stuff. The rest of it just came across as him trying to pretend to be something he wasn't, which is what many people then said was him being a grifter, because that's what you came across as. You use the anti-SJW content to build a subscriber base, and then you act like a twat towards them after you got called out for being involved in that Discord that many have said was a doxing server. I don't know if it wasn't.
The Angry German, yeah. But it wasn't just
who's doing really well for himself.
It was Kilroy as well before that. Or was Kilroy
fucking Kilroy.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm doing a video on Andy Warski because his channel's been terminated.
Really?
And I was yes, he tweeted about it and I laughed because I was finishing up a long thing on his video because he's been flagging people, and I remember I remember the Kilroy stuff quite well because I've just been writing notes about that because I remember he was mocked. That was when he started then associated with the alt-right, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Because he felt like the anti-SJWs then they themselves lacked a spine, which was kind of ironic for somebody who then spent the rest of his YouTube and internet career getting walked over by everyone else. No level of irony, I guess.
It's amazing.
Well, Andy Warski had been chasing clout for 10 years, then finally got it.
Yeah.
And then he just lost it.
Well, he lost it because he just let everyone else dictate terms.
Remember that old video he collaborated with Lacey Green on?
Did he?
You have not seen this?
No, I've never seen that.
Dude, like in 2009, they collaborated on a fucking video together.
Oh yeah, because she was an atheist YouTuber back then.
She was a what YouTuber?
Atheist YouTuber. She was part of atheist YouTube before she became, feminist YouTuber #1 on MTV. Yeah, she was. In fact, one of the things that probably made her go that way was because she had a spat with TJ, because he called this girl, this Christian girl, a sick with tits or something, and she got really triggered.
Oh, God. Did he?
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
A what with tits?
A stick.
Oh, because she okay.
That's a bit. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Now, yeah.
That's that's actually really funny.
Saiten do a load of videos with mocking that kind of stuff with song as well.
What has Saiten been up to? He hasn't uploaded in a while.
I
have no idea.
I know that.
I've got the entire Saiten music back catalogue. I bought it on their store. I was really happy with it because some of those songs were my ringtone for a while.
Remember when Saiten, I think 2 years ago, uploaded 7 videos in one day for whatever reason?
Yeah, I swear he uploaded.
What was
something.
that for?
He just did because he'd been working on these videos for a while. Animation takes ages, but I swear he.
I know,
uploaded
but it was
something recently.
so weird to see it just all pop in my recommended feed at once because I got 10 notifications in a row and I was like, what the fuck?
He made some brilliant stuff. Like the best one was Steve Shives, the opera.
Yes.
Funnily enough, TJ
Is
made
Steve
the best
Shives a
response to it.
breadtuber?
Hmm?
No.
Yeah,
Is he like
yeah.
a?
Yeah, he is.
I didn't know if he was like a communist or anything, or just one of those neolib feminists.
He's
Okay,
a
I can
commie.
say that Site10 has uploaded stuff to BitChute, but that was back in April,
Yeah, that's
Otherwise-
probably where I saw it.
2 years ago. And these are newer videos, as far as I'm aware. Oh no, they're redone of older videos, I think.
By the way, we were talking in private though about Sherat and Lauren Southern. She's returned back from the dead.
I honestly
Well-
don't care, nor do I believe she's changed, but that's another thing.
The only thing I noticed in the part of the video I watched was that she looked like she had plastic surgery, which if she has, that's fine. I don't care. It's just something I noticed.
I thought
And
she looked older.
that Mitch mentioned that she's an alt centrist. Is that what it is?
I mean, I was being a little
What
bit.
the fuck is an alt centrist anyway?
I was being a bit
fuck is that?
facetious. I was being a bit,
I get it, but what the fuck is an alt centrist?
It's just the people who are like, oh, I'm too good for the SJWs, but I'm also too good for the anti-SJWs, but they usually fall on the SJW
Oh.
side, don't they?
Why
It's a
do
meme,
I
isn't it?
worry that sometimes I might get called that at some point because I don't really take a side very much.
No,
Shit,
it's-
that's me
it's-
right now. Fuck.
It's more
You
like
alt centrist swine. You should be ashamed of yourself.
from what I know about
I'm sorry, I'm not.
from what I know about the meme is that it's less to do with your politics, more your personality. If I think about it, like
Personality.
they do it because they think because they're so high-minded. That's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it's. That's
My
what it
question
is.
is, how did she become a centrist?
She never was.
I don't know.
Or is she? I mean, she's just
Well-
going where the money is, and she has a lot of simps that will pay her. So
You don't think? Maybe do you think? And this might be a tinfoil hat thing. That perhaps she's doing it to try and come across as, let's say, enlightened. Like she's learned her lessons, trying to get back into good books to try and then use it for her documentaries.
yeah, because she was saying that she'd escaped the alt right, and it's like you weren't even really part of it. You used the term like
No.
3 times before it became.
You were, she was pigeonholed as one by the media, but she wasn't all right.
It's kind of like that leftist guy.
She wasn't. I thought she was.
No, she used the term, but a lot of people did before it became known as, white nationalists and stuff. The term wasn't really set in stone until 2016, but it used to mean something completely different. But she never was a part of it. Like Faraday Speaks said he was, but he never was.
No.
All these people saying.
Wait, I
they
thought he
escaped.
was like alt-right. Wait, was he just? Did he just watch Paul Joseph Watson for like 2 years?
He
And then
just
was
watched
like,
her
"Oh,
and
that was
Paul
an
Joseph
alt-right."
Watson and all the rest of us, and then thought he was, then pretended he was a Nazi for the media. That's what he was doing.
Imagine like unironically pretending you were a Nazi,
Well,
retconning
it's-
your fucking past for
It's
clout.
not LARPing. It's more just, oh, I was a Nazi and I escaped from it. It's like, no, you weren't. You were at most vaguely centre right, if that. Or at the very least, you watched people who were. But I don't know. But he was a good moderator for was it Dank versus Vosh? Yeah, he was the moderator.
Oh, Vosh is scum. He's
yeah,
actual
he
scum.
is. He's a scumbag. He's
I remember the video of him laughing at Sydney Watson talking about her getting raped, and I was like, "Nah, you're scum. We're done."
Oh
Moving
yeah,
on. He didn't believe her, and I'm like, "Hang on.
Hashtag
Isn't that
believe women.
contrary to your beliefs?"
he did up until she said who did it, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like, wow. That's
it's like
the
I
biggest
wouldn't be
one.
surprised if it was like half of women who've been assaulted, and he's like, "I take it back, guys. Don't believe all women. Not this one."
I don't even watch. I know very little about Vosh except for that video in particular, because it was.
I mean,
censored.
he's a good debater, but he's kind of a shit
He's
human
not a
being.
good debater at all.
and the picture of him wearing very very tight sort of sweatpants and a bulge on display.
The best one was
very
his
Bowie
girlfriend
bulge.
being in that screenshot, like naked.
His girlfriend.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
that was.
I didn't
funny.
see that actually. Only thing I saw was the bulge, the Bowie bulge.
Oof. Nah, he's not a good debater. I don't know how anybody can say that he's a good debater. He knows nothing. he has to constantly Google everything he's looking up. He
He's
can't-
very quick on it.
yeah. Oh, his fans are doing it for him. Like when somebody puts out like a statement or something, he has to go, well, I don't know about that. It's so funny seeing him scramble. He doesn't know anything. Like if you saw his debate with well, he's been on our show, the guy who debated Sean, actual justice warrior. They were talking about the law, so this was during the Ahmaud Arbery thing, and he's like, well, if you don't mind me asking, what is your background? Like, how do you know all this? He's like, my background is in law.
His background was in criminal justice.
This is
not in
Sean,
law.
by the way, yeah.
Yeah.
And then Forsh was like, oh no,
Oh, no.
this is an expert. That
I
was
can't really be critical of Vash beyond the things the few bits I have seen. The debate stuff. If he's good at debating, he's good at debating. At least he's actually doing that, because that's something a lot of. Let's say, for example, a second here, Mr. Charming Man, formerly. Let's say back when we were, doing our little response videos, we weren't able to get so much as a response from anyone. Instead, they were hiding behind blocks. Whereas he is now, even though he fundamentally disagrees with most of what we agree with, he's at least having the balls, large balls, to have those debates.
The problem is though,
No,
the way he does it, it's clearly not about the ideas. It's not about...
he's clearly spent a lot of time, from what I had noticed, framing these. Like he prepared to try and lead the discussion down a path. That's where he went to a zone where he felt he could pwn you. That was clear and obvious.
Yeah, they're just character assassinate. He does two things, two types of streams. He does the interview streams with people who want to repent for their past sins.
Repent.
Yeah. So Shoehead did it, Chris Raygun did it, maybe a few others. And then,
Wait, Shoehead streamed with him one time?
Yeah, she went on to absolve herself of her sins of being an anti.
It's fine. She deleted her Twitter. It's fine.
Oh, we can get into
Well,
that.
I think that was for different reasons.
Yeah, that was for different reasons. But Chris Raygun threw Dave Rubin under the bus on that stream.
A lot of people, to be fair, a lot of people are throwing him under the bus for being a fake.
I mean, yeah, honestly, I don't mind about throwing Dave Rubin under the bus.
No.
He's not.
I'm not sure about Dave. I don't watch enough of his content. I just thought he was a typical cliche TV presenter. Chances are he probably was a bit two-faced. Something confirmed by the likes of Blair White as well, saying he wasn't who he said he was. But they also said someone like Crowder wasn't what he said he was, but he was a lot nicer off camera.
What did Blair White say? I'm interested. I
know she threw a few people under the bus for being not who they were on camera. But she did mention like she mentioned Rubin, but she also then mentioned Crowder, and mentioned with Crowder he's really obviously very quite obnoxious on camera. Off camera, he's the nicest gentleman, which I think is classy at least.
Who Rubin or
Crowder.
Crowder. Yeah.
What's Rubin like?
Rubin, I believe she mentioned something about him not being as nice.
I mean, she did have a massive shouting match on this show, so he was probably just exacerbated. Like maybe there's a reason for that. No. I don't know. But I don't think he's.
I don't care.
I don't think he's lying about himself. I think he is going through a journey right now, intellectually, to the point where he doesn't know what he is. Yeah, you can obviously tell. I mean,
well, now he's a conservative.
I mean, he doesn't know what he is, but Mouthy Buddha.
I find him so.
People have been calling him conservative for years, anyway.
But anyway, Mouthy Buddha did a really good video on him, and it's a very empathetic video. And I thought, you know what, that's a good take. I don't think Dave Rubin knows what he is at the moment. A lot of people don't. That's why they're oscillating between different crazy ideologies.
This is why I find it very odd, because I've never aligned with a side or a party or anything like that at all. I don't understand these almost existential crises that people go through when it comes to politics. Just tackle the individual issue. If you want to be a part of a party, just pick one, flip a fucking coin. You've only got two really in your country anyway.
It took me like 10 years to get to where I am. It didn't take me a week.
It took me 5 minutes when I realised how fucking stupid it was take a side.
I mean, Gamergate took me 5 minutes to figure out, hey, something's not right, but it took me a long time to formulate opinions and stances and things.
Yeah, politics is a bit... the political sphere is just... Nah, I'm not taking a side. I'll take the individual issue. Yeah. If the government's got it right, I'll agree with the government. If they've got it wrong, I won't agree with them.
What I say is I'm on the side of liberty, and if people are also for liberty, I'll work with them.
I'm an unironic swing voter, so I'm with Omegon on this
Bloody
one.
purple person.
I'm
purple's
sorry,
good
I
colour.
just like the establishment.
You
I
don't
just
like
want
the
to have the right to
establishment.
helicopter leftists.
Speaking of,
When I usually ride the helicopter, it sounds like a dick joke.
Hmm.
I
Some
don't know if
people-
you want to ride the helicopter.
some people can't do the helicopter though.
Oh, well, don't blast shit out on the street, man. That's not classy at all.
You got a problem with Huey's fate?
Yeah, I do. No, mine's an Apache.
But you
I have a-
can't throw them
I have
out
a-
of
I have
an
a Chinook.
Apache.
A Chinook.
saying.
Ooh.
I have a Chinook. I'm just saying.
Does it carry a
Someone's
heavy load?
overcompensating.
Damn right.
Omegon, does it carry a heavy load? Alright, never mind.
I don't know how to answer that safely for it to be safe for the internet.
Look, here,
Would
here,
neither
Omegon, let's
confirm
make this
nor
simpler.
deny.
Just how big is your dick? Make this simpler. Cut
That's
right to the chase.
I don't generally have a tape measure to hand. I couldn't answer that.
I have one. I'll send one to you. It's fine.
Well, considering
Sweet.
he's a Cthulhu kin, it's beyond our comprehension.
Sure.
But what do you think about Shionhead and Gregory, by the way, finally splitting up?
Don't care. I was surprised they were together. I thought they lived together anyway. So
Yeah.
when I read Armored Skeptic's message, I kind of thought this makes no sense. I thought you two already lived together anyway because that was planned years ago. But you don't. That's fine. I'm sorry you two are broken up. Genuinely, I hope they're both okay. His behavior since has been a bit questionable, with people saying that's a bit shitty.
Well, what's he been
But
doing?
it's just okay. You broke up. Okay, move on.
Well, yeah, I think it sucks though because they were together for quite a bit of time.
Yeah,
They
but-
were. That's a lot of time to invest in one another, and after 5 years to still be doing long distance. That's what confused me.
I think it's because he wanted to be able to flirt with girls and maybe even get with some of them. If she's living with him, unless it's an agreement, he can't.
I don't know.
With it, can
If
he?
that's the kind of relationship they had from the offset, that was a weird relationship. That
I
was
mean,
what it was.
I heard a
I
rumor
thought-
it was open. But
I don't know. I don't know. I did think. I thought they were already married. To be honest, I genuinely did. So it surprised me they were living so far apart anyway after all this time.
Yeah, I thought
doesn't
they
make
would have
sense.
had that. I thought they would have had that figured out by now. It's like, okay, whose
It's just
country
5
gonna move
years.
to?
Yeah, 5 years together. I'm sorry, most people live together within 2 years.
Either that, or they just get hitched.
Yeah, and I'll be honest, I'm surprised they hadn't. But I'm
Although,
not.
to be
I can't-
fair,
I
it took
don't
my
know.
dad 8 years to pop the question to my mom.
I don't know.
where
It's
it would've
a
fallen.
tricky. It's a really. I don't know. It felt like more he'd done the breaking up than her, and I don't know. I don't really watch them anymore. I've fallen out of interest with Skep, and I don't really pay attention to Shu because I can't be bothered with 480p. It hurts my eyes.
To be fair,
No
it's
joke.
kinda-
It does hurt my eyes. It genuinely does.
Yeah, it's more 520p at this point. If you think about it.
Sure. It still hurts. My eyes focus too well, so I see all the pixels and it fucks my eyes up.
Yeah. Well, I've noticed recently that 480p looks crap and pixelated. I don't know if that's my eyesight.
So to be fair, 720 doesn't look great either.
No.
If you render at 1080, which is what your stream quality is, if I drop it down to 720, it's going to look pretty grainy.
It's 1080p, but it's at the lowest latency. But surprisingly,
But
looks
it's still
alright, yeah.
1080p. That's all that matters.
It's weird though, because when I used to stream at this latency,
Mm-hmm.
it used to look really bad. Not bad, but like obviously low latency. But I think because
Subpar.
well, it's been but it's been telling me to boost it up for YouTube, and since I've done that, it looks quite nice. Thank you, YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Although it thinks that my audio quality is the wrong quality. Like it's got to be 128. It is 128. Stop telling
They
me
don't
it's
know
not.
shit. What's your bit rate?
My bit rate. Oh god. At the moment, it is 3,500. It was 4,500.
That's not bad. To be fair, for a still image, you don't need anything more than 2,000.
Well, the image is actually 4K.
Yeah.
Scalp.
Doesn't matter because you're rendering in 1080p. It doesn't matter.
Scalc.
I just like how it looks like They Live. That's what I like about this one. I've got another version of it which I've not used yet, but we'll probably use it.
Don't
if it
don't use. Yeah, save it. For
I sort
future.
of regret my profile picture sometimes because
Why?
my character looks so disheveled.
But that's what you look like in real life.
I mean,
right?
it fits you.
It
You,
means-
you look like a bum Colonel Sanders.
Oof.
Hey,
put
I'm
bum-
not
can
a
we put
bum.
bum
Look at the
fights on his
fancy
forehead?
clothes I'm wearing.
Can we get bum fights on his forehead?
Maybe I'll
Sound
make a bum
making
fights
fun of
version.
them.
Bum fight Sanders.
My spirit animal is an old Portuguese man. Do not make fun of him.
I'm not gonna lie, I
I
didn't.
will make fun of him.
I'd forgotten about bum fights until Dankula made his Mad Lad about them.
I had never heard
I
of
never
bum
even
fights.
heard of it.
I'd seen it when I was younger. I thought it was hilarious.
It's very much a teenager's.
God,
kind of
remember the
thing,
people
rather than-
behind bum fights? Fucking stole shit from like Walmart or whatever, and then gave it out to homeless people.
I don't know.
Yeah,
They probably did. I don't know.
No, yeah. So like, Omegon, a tweet went viral, I think in February, of like bum fights, stealing like materials to make like sandwiches or whatever. They made the
Mhm.
sandwiches, gave them out to homeless people. It went viral amongst anarchist circles, and then there was one person in the replies who was quoting. It was like, "These people directed bum fights." I don't know what the fuck you guys are. It was Lilith Lovett who said that. Who was like,
Lilith Lovett. Fucking hell, I forgot that name.
yeah.
Because
Why don't you like her, Mitch?
she has bad takes. That's why.
I think her takes are excellent,
No,
actually.
horrible.
Well, of
awful.
course you do.
I don't know.
Occasionally she's all right, but recently she's been getting worse and worse. But and also,
She put hashtag BLM in her thing.
also I don't think she's. I don't know. I don't need to talk about it. But
She follows me.
she don't follow me. I tried to get her to follow me for years.
Although chances are she's been following me for a long time.
Ooh. But like I can't believe that that like after all this time, like we're still in. What was I gonna say? I'm completely blanking on what I was trying to say. Then I've lost my train of thought. The thought is gone. I'm getting old.
We'll go to the train station. Maybe we'll come back.
But so like, you did a stream on Rebecca Long Bailey, didn't you, Omegon?
No, I did a video on her in the
Oh,
end.
you did a video.
I've done videos, to be fair, because she's made some gaffes in the past.
So what was your take on it? Do you think she was legit? Do you think there's no excuse for her? Do you think she doesn't actually?
I think her frontline politics days are over. It's interesting because she got elected in 2015. It's been on the front line ever since, and now will spend the rest of her life on the backbenches in a Labour safe seat. She made some excuses, and it's a very old excuse. It's a really pathetic one, though. It's the excuse of, just because I retweeted doesn't mean I agree with everything, but that's the same shit I've heard used against others that she herself has disagreed with. I just find that hypocritical. It was a very sly remark by Maxine Peake, to be fair, and it was kind of pathetic, actually, to say it. But you promoted her interview. You promoted her article. So you are responsible. I don't think she should have been removed, but I can understand why Keir Starmer did, though. Because if he hadn't, people will then say, I see Labour's gone back to the good old days of not tackling anti-Semitism. He had no choice. But at the same time, he could have sat back and gone, oh, look at that. I can get rid of that champagne socialist. Ooh-woo. I imagine that coming out of Keir Starmer's mouth. It's just,
Ooh-woo,
I can just imagine that's what he thought.
What does he sound like? I'll try to do it.
Keir Starmer is a
woo.
weeb, confirmed.
He went to the same. He went to the same school as me.
He just sounds like a lawyer, you know.
He does. He just sounds like a teacher, to be honest.
God, remember when Keir Starmer won the Labour Party leadership, and like Mark Collette was freaking out because he was a Zionist? That was so fucking funny.
So the party, he wants to unite the party. Everyone wants to do that when they get into office. They're like, oh, I'll unite my party. You never do, though, you tossers. They always end up doing the same thing of just causing more division. And funny thing is, the biggest dividers were actually those who were on the front benches before him. And Rebecca Long Daly or Rebecca Wrong Daly is one of the last Wrong Daly. She's one of the last remnants of this Corbynista, or what was it? Continuity Corbynista. That's it.
Notice how he never said anything about her. He never stood up for her. McDonald did. A few others did.
He couldn't, though.
Yeah.
Couldn't. If he had, it would have been, see, you're not actually dealing with anti-Semitism then, you absolute prick.
But then it also
he
shows...
has to get rid of her. So spy back to the benches you go. Go enjoy licking windows with Jeremy Corbyn.
Oh, I didn't mean
Based.
Starmer. I meant Corbyn didn't even say anything on Twitter. Like,
I don't think anyone gives a shit what he says. Does anyone actually... What was the last thing he tweeted, and how well did it do compared to a year ago?
not very well. He was.
Nobody is
talking
paying
about-
attention to him anymore. That's the thing. He's got millions of followers, but no one's paying attention to him anymore. He's retweeting things. They're getting fuck all attention.
But I just thought it said something that he abandoned her when she needed him the most. I thought, well,
I did see. There was an argument made that this was like this would be the straw that breaks the camel's back to have Labour split up and create a socialist party. And I thought the point I think I made was, yes, do that, because then you can prove Cuck wrong and try and get one of your little pricks re-elected in 4 years' time.
Did you see George Galloway?
Well, if the Labour Party splits up, isn't that just gonna like create a perpetual conservative minority government?
No,
There'll be it won't be a minority government.
They're a majority.
Well,
at the moment.
how do I
Big
say
one.
this?
It will basically put the Conservatives in power for a long time because they won't be able. Only way others could make governments would be to have.
What I mean by minority government. What I mean by minority government is like you still have most of the seats, but like nobody else controls the majority.
We don't have that anymore.
At the moment, we don't, but in the future, it could well happen, yes, but the only way it could happen for Labour to get back into power, if that did happen, them splitting up, would be if they formed a coalition with the other parties to do so, like the SNP, would be a viable option. It depends how many Labour members left, though. It depends. But then they won't lose their seats. If they're Labour-safe seats, it doesn't mean the Socialists are going to retain the seats they've taken. No. It means Labour just have to prop up some random nobodies and they'll take the fucking seats from them. It's how Cuck lost all their seats. They were safe spots. Sorry?
Who lost all their seats, you said?
Cucks. Change UK, the Cuck Party.
The Cuck Party.
Yeah, the Cuck Party.
Yeah. They were defectors last year.
Mm-hmm.
They formed at the beginning of last year. They were defectors from various parties about Brexit mostly. They were unified on this one-dimensional policy. And by the end of the year, all 21 of them gone. Sayonara, see you later, suckers. Collect your P45 and go on the dole, you fucking bums.
These are the people that I call the fake centre. They like to pretend that they're centrist or anything.
Oh, they were so not centre. They were Remainers. Fucking Remoting scum. They're all out of a job, you pricks.
Good luck on the dole, lads. Especially Chuka.
Interesting, right? Chuka Umunna for Streatham. He was a MP for that space. He would have got. I honestly believe he would have been re-elected had he not got arrogant and decided, oh whoa, I'm now going to go for a Tory safe seat in Westminster.
Good luck.
He lost by a monstrous margin. Go on the dole, you bum.
But what
British
really,
like so stupid.
But I've got enough like material for another follow-up video for mine. It's just all the reactions on Twitter, and I might maybe respond to some YouTube comments just to show how horrible they are when they talk about Israel. And I've had people sending me videos of Krav Maga techniques, and they're trying to say that what the guy did in Minneapolis is a Krav Maga move, but it's not.
Is it?
No, it's not. Because all he's doing is putting his knee on a person's neck, right? And as we know, when there's another video of George Floyd behind the action, and there's 3 other people all over him, right? So really, there's no need for him to do what he's doing. But even then, that's not Krav Maga. That's putting your knee on someone's neck, right, to stop them moving or breathing, depending on your interpretation. But anyway, they try to tell me that, look, Krav Maga, you can teaches you to put your knee on people's necks, and apparently it's like one clip out of this compilation of moves. I've got to sift through all these videos to find this one clip, right? Most of it is your knee on the torso, your knee on your hip, maybe your head or your cheek, but usually it's more just to get a grip as opposed to necessarily hold you down and stop airways or anything. And I thought, that is nothing like what the guy did. He's just kneeling on him. That's not martial arts, and that's not what the Israelis would be doing. And one person on Parler showed me a video of a guy in the IDF doing it, and again, it wasn't even the same thing. His knee was on his hip,
Mhm.
And it's like,
So what you're saying is the left also doesn't understand what anatomy is.
well, they understand what anatomy is. They're just clutching at straws. And one of them, I would never have thought would have done this. Like, what are you doing? You do realise that you're aiding and abetting these legitimate anti-Semite communists, right? By trying to tell me that Israel was teaching the Minneapolis police how to kill black people. I mean, how that is racist. Like, no bones about it. To blame a country for that, I mean, and not only that, they're saying they taught the American police. There's no such thing as the American police. The American police.
As
is
if
actually,
the American police don't know how to do it.
yeah, well, I don't think they're even taught Krav Maga. And most of them were not most of them, but a lot of them come from the military anyway. But I don't think the Marines use Krav Maga. They probably use boxing or judo. I don't know.
No, they use fighting.
Well, fighting, yeah. But
Yeah, no,
Actually,
that's
they
what they
use
use.
gun
but
fu.
like, are they telling me that Israel went to? Are they telling me that Israeli people went to Minneapolis specifically to teach this one local police department Krav Maga? Really? And there's no evidence. All they're showing me is evidence of particular holds, choke holds, but there's nothing there.
Well, the thing is, I take issue that they taught American police because American policing is so decentralized.
It's completely
It's like-
decentralized, yeah.
Yeah, it's completely decentralized. It is up to every county, every city that has a police department. So it's fucking retarded to say, "Oh, the American police," when that's such an oversimplification of how policing is done in the country.
I have to apologise to Tail Feature. He's not on because I forgot to tell him it was 8 p.m. I thought I did in my head, but I didn't. So
What I'm hearing are excuses.
I know. You can hop on. You can hop on. And we'll
I
go
wanna-
a little bit.
Don't worry, viewers. We're all professionals.
We're all professionals.
It's
Yeah.
fine.
I'm
I'm
From
really
this moment
sorry.
on,
Professional.
Maximus
Alright,
is Scottish.
I'm a professional retard. That's what, professional and nothing else.
Yay.
Why I hate it when I mess things up like this. Makes me feel bad. Yeah, I know Prospero in the chat. I know most of them don't come from the military, but it's a more recent phenomenon. But it's quite a few people. Though.
Hello, Prospero. Hope you're well.
Is he in this cave, hiding from the Tempest? That's a Shakespeare reference. But yeah,
Wow, you're so cultured, Mitch.
I learned it in school. I mean, I do like Shakespeare,
I was about to say, hang on, I knew that from school as well.
and it's not my favourite play of it anyway.
Fuck.
It's really
I
not his
preferred
best.
Merchant of
How much
Venice.
Shakespeare did my school teach me? Not a lot, I don't think.
What's your
I
favourite
did
one, Mitch?
Julius Caesar,
My favourite's Henry
Romeo,
V. It's
Juliet,
just
and there was
action
another one
packed.
I did.
That's why I like it. It's
I'm
Merchant
sorry, I
of Venice.
thought you said.
Henry V. That's my favourite.
Ah, right.
Oh,
I
Hamlet.
prefer Merchant of Venice.
That's a good
Hamlet.
one.
It wasn't Merchant of Venice. It was Hamlet. Sorry, that's what I. That's
For
the
me,
other
it was Hamlet. It was Hamlet, Romeo and Juliet, and Midsummer Night's Dream.
I just want to cut someone. I want a pound of flesh, and I want to do it without drawing blood. And I want to spit on someone with my thumb.
Yes.
one. Kinky.
You know, yeah. It beats the stiff stuff I was saying last night when playing like Quiplash. It was like come up with a magic proposal, marriage proposal with the word puke in, and I said, if you can puke down my urethra, marry me. Yes.
Little.
Now,
Alright.
now spit on me as well with your thumb.
He is named after the character.
You know, Omegon, if you want, later tonight I can go and play some Quiplash with everyone in the server and just have some fun.
Oh
sip
yeah,
on-
we can call it medic because he has Jackbox, I think.
So that then I can respond to a question with just the words "the" and win again.
Oh my god, that was so. Was that you who did that? I
Yup.
couldn't remember. It was so funny, but it was so retarded that you. It was so funny, and I hated the fact that it was utterly hilarious.
Yesterday, I got the guys I was playing with. Most of them kept putting furry in answers, and that got quite boring. So, like, there was an acronym for the last one. It said CFF, and everyone else went with "Come Fury Furries," and I went
Oh,
and I
yeah.
won it. I ended up winning by putting child fucking fraternities.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, I was
yes.
playing with some people from Twitter the other day. While we were someone was streaming it on Twitch. I forget who, but our answers. Everybody kept coming back to for that session was Mommy Milky, or or Big Milky.
Lol.
I mean, it's better than what one of my friends who is in the National Guards keeps on doing. He always does a variation of Orange Man Evil Hurt Baby.
I just go with the darkest thing I can think of. I don't even bother answering the actual question in the round. I just find
either
the
that,
darkest.
either that, or I just type the N-word if I'm lazy enough.
I'm not allowed to play Cards Against Humanity with blank cards anymore. On my server, I'm not allowed to.
Are you too?
Why do you just say the N-word over and over again?
No, I never use that word. I just go very dark with terror attacks.
Oh.
Notre Dame was a fantastic.
What is
barbecue
every
spot, just
13-year-old doing their 13th birthday? Terrorism.
saying. Yeah, sure.
Blow up Margaret Thatcher. That's what.
Yes.
I like the meme one, like the meme variety of Cards Against Humanity. That's all right.
Oh, I love it. My favorite card is Invading Poland.
I like to use. I like to use the one where it's like any combination with like Jews or something, because that always gets the best laughs.
I also like cards that allow me to be misogynistic, because that is my entire personality.
On my Discord, and I play Cards Against Humanity with them, and whenever I did, I intentionally would play those cards, anything Jewish related, or I would play a blank card that said, if you don't pick this card, you're anti-Semitic. Yes.
Based.
Yes.
Playing with Rebecca Long Bailey.
I understand. I'm just trying to do it. I'm just
So
doing
then
some
she's
free
definitely
press.
not picking that card.
By the way, do you know there's quite a large Jewish community in our constituency?
Did you cut out for anyone else or just me?
Yeah, he got out for
Did
me
I?
too.
Oh, what I said was there's a large Jewish community in Salford and Eccles.
That could work against her then when it comes to a possible vote of no confidence, which is unlikely.
I hope so. I mean, I was even thinking.
You need 10% of the electorate, though.
Yeah, I know. I don't think they're 10%, even though it's quite big. I don't think that'd be enough. And I don't know if they care. I mean, maybe they think, there's nothing. I don't even know how they vote.
I doubt they do.
I wouldn't know how they vote.
If she
either.
apologizes to them, chances are they'll just forgive her anyway, because you've got to beat the blonde prick in office.
Well, the Orthodox, I know that they're probably Tory voters.
Probably.
Judging by statistics.
It's possible.
Oh, what kind of statistics?
Just voting patterns.
The Rachel kind.
The 13 one?
Or you.
Everyone's favorite statistic.
They're not 13% of the population.
They should be.
I mean, the thing is, I got confused in my video between them and another one that I live near in Prestwich. Interestingly enough, their MP used to be part of Labour. He's now independent in Prestwich because of the anti-Semitism issue. So he just left, and they vote for him.
Based.
He's got a 5-year job then. Nice. Collects his pension at the end.
I mean, they must be satisfied with him if they keep voting.
Oh no,
for
you
him.
have to be in office for 20 years to get a politician pension.
20 years, bloody hell.
Well, that's 4 terms. That's all it is. If you're in a safe seat, you're guaranteed it.
But it's a nice.
So
pension as well.
Rebecca Wrong Daly is guaranteed for life. To be honest, she's halfway there anyway, but she's guaranteed.
Does those years have to be consecutive, or can they be consecutive?
Yeah, it has to be one stretch. Although you can be voted back in. People like the one that really upset me. He lost his seat. Frank Skinner. Was it Dennis Skinner?
Oh,
Dennis Skinner.
Yeah, Dennis Skinner.
Yeah, not Frank Skinner. That's the comedian. Air quotes. Dennis Skinner he's been there for so long. He was about to become father of the house, oddly enough.
Really?
But he's such a gobby. He was such a gobby. He was, yeah. He was genuinely going to be it after the Kenneth Clark retired. And then he lost his seat while he was having an operation. I was like, oh, that's such a kick in the balls for the guy, because he had nothing else going on for him. He was in late 80s.
He was one of the MPs that didn't do anything wrong.
They should, what they should do just to really fuck him off, because I know how much he hates the House of Lords. They should have given him a peerage. He fucking hates that place.
Yeah, he's a
What does he hit the House of Lords for?
He refuses to go in that room as well, which is even better.
Why does he hate the House of Lords?
Because
He doesn't. Elected. They're not elected. Yeah.
And he's dead working class.
He's his late 80s, early 90s, and he'd been there for so long. But he's such a prick. And every time the Black Rod would come in to demand the presence of the politicians to go see to the Queen, he would make every year. There's compilations of the snarky remarks he would make to Black Rod every single fucking time, and he's really good at it. It was always original.
There's one where it's Thatcher's last Black Rod. He goes, "The bell tolls for thee, Maggie."
Yeah, I'm okay with this. I think it's because that Black Rod was resigning. And he didn't get to do it. The new one, new Black Rod. She fucked up her lines the first time.
Did she?
I think ended up getting. I think other politicians fed her the rest of the lines when she fucked it up and gave them stern looks. Like, you're the one that fucked it up, not us.
See, if Dennis Skinner was there, he said, "Should have learned your lines," or something like that.
He probably would have gone up with his walking stick and said, "This is how you do it."
Chad.
To be fair, Dennis Skinner, if he'd done it in the presence of Lindsay Hoyle, who's now the speaker, that would have been perfect, because Lindsay Hoyle's also really working class as well. Well, sounds it. His dad is in the House of Peers, so don't know if that makes him working class. Yeah, he does. He's a northern. I like Lindsay Hoyle. He's all right.
He's a good speaker. He's better than the last one.
Oh, Burko.
He was a meme, but he actually wasn't a very good speaker.
No, Burko was okay. He was very loud, very clear, and I think that was something very unusual since before him, Stuart, whatever Francis was that his name? I think he had no voice. The Scottish guy, and Lindsay Hoyle is also quite quiet, but Lindsay Hoyle when he shouts is hilarious.
He's from Lancashire, so fucking by the way. Lindsay Hoyle. He's from Lancashire.
Yeah.
But
you have a donation, by the way.
What I meant is, like, in terms of being impartial, thingy. What's it called again? Burko. Yeah, he was horrible, especially towards the end. He was taking sides and definitely trying to stop.
Oh, he did. Yeah, he did. I don't care now. He's not getting a peerage, which is really funny.
That was really funny. Yeah.
Speakers usually get a peerage.
Makuta Pterodax with £5 says the green quadrant of the political spectrum does not exist. It is in fact red with yellow and purple spots.
There's a name for that. We call it Mr. Blobby with an infection.
Mr. Blobby.
I love them.
No, Mr. Blobby's a thing. Yeah. He's pink and yellow.
Well, I don't know what you mean by that, Makuta. But, maybe you can expand on that later. But
thank you for the £5 donation. That's incredibly generous of you.
Thanks for the money.
Thank you for money. Please give more.
I like the Mr.
George Sarr says thanks.
He pays me, doesn't pay anybody else here.
I like the memes where Mr. Blobby's like fighting Britain's enemies. Like, there's one where he's coming out of the water. It's like, and it's like Mr. Blobby attacks a French fishing.
My last holiday I ever went on when I was a kid. I haven't been on a holiday since, by the way. I genuinely haven't.
Really?
Was to Crinkly Bottom, where they filmed that show.
Oh no!
And we were meant to go inside, go to Mr. Blobby's house and everything, and no, we didn't, because I was really sick and I had to stay in the car for 3 fucking hours. This was the 90s, by the way. Ooh. I had nothing to entertain me. I was just in a car watching everyone else.
Mr. Blobby was legitimately funny. Like, I was watching a few clips recently. Yeah. Like, it's still quite funny even now, even though he's not been on TV for years.
I pissed off my patrons once by putting on the Blobby song in the patron VC. What the fuck is that sound? I'm just going to put some music on while I go and do something more important. Then Mr. Blobby starts playing. Yes. God. Satisfying.
Like, what else did you used to watch in the 90s? I used to watch Sooty and Sweep.
I watched a lot of things, but I prefer climbing trees, to be honest.
So what TV shows did you used to watch as little kids?
SpongeBob, some stuff on Cartoon Network. Courage the Cowardly Dog was one of my personal favorites.
Really? You're old enough to remember that? God.
Huh?
You're old enough to remember Courage? Bloody hell.
Oh well, yeah, but like they kept showing reruns all the time.
I've never watched SpongeBob.
You should. It's excellent.
I think if I get sucked into a TV show now, I won't be able to stop, and I'll fail as a content creator. That's why I don't watch anime. I've never watched it. Well, beyond Pokemon, I've never watched anime or manga, read manga or whatever. I just don't care for it.
Yeah.
I used to watch Pokemon.
Some pretty good ones out there, but they're the more obscure animes like Future Born 1980X, which is basically an anime movie of World War III.
Someone linked me this like suppository. Fuck it, something you take up your ass, I guess.
Repository.
With a library of anime in it that you could watch for free. It says it's a suppository. You can shove it up your bottom. And I just never bothered to click on it. I think it was given to me by it might have been Positive Improvement. Do you remember him?
Yeah, I remember him.
No.
It might have been but Mitchell from a Skype group we were in.
Mm-hmm.
It might have been him or Red. I don't remember, but I just never bothered because I was like, nah, I don't care for this shitty comics and
I
cartoons.
don't think he liked me very much.
To be fair, I don't think he liked anyone.
He always seemed to get into some kind of debate with somebody.
Yes, but he liked the debates. They were constructive for him. I just didn't give a shit.
Sometimes I get frustrated in debates, like especially when somebody starts repeating themselves, so it makes me repeat myself, and it goes circular. I hate that.
I don't do debates because I'm shit at them.
Same here.
I know I'm shit at them, and there's a trend here. You know you're shit. Okay, so there was this running joke on the internet that generally anyone that had an academic background was shit in debates, and it has been proven time and time again.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
I, like Mitch, have a background in academia. I am terrible in debates.
Well, I used to do debate
because all I can ever do is present. Because I worked in a field where you had fact. And that was it. There was no window for nuance.
Well, I used to do debating society at college, but not university college. Sixth form Americans.
No, I mean, I know what you mean.
I know what you know what I mean. But Americans will assume university.
Age 16 to 18.
Oh.
I never did it in university though, but
senior.
I was always put in the worst possible teams.
College university for you retards.
I never did any of that because my family started moving, and also I was a bit ahead, so I didn't really have to worry too much. But also, I again was more interested in the fact side. So debating to me, when it came to the subject matter, like religion, there was one debate I saw on does God exist, and I sat back and went, no. Okay, we done now. Cool. See you later, fam. And then they're like, oh yes, but can you prove it? How about instead of me proving he doesn't exist, you prove he does exist to debunk that I said he doesn't exist? Because me saying he doesn't exist based on the fact that there's fuck all proof that he exists is pretty much all I can do.
Oh, I have so many arguments.
I don't care about religion anyway, so I don't talk about it on my channel. I don't care. Keep it away from me and you're safe.
I know, there's loads of ontological argument, cosmological argument.
This is before YouTube as well. I was just pointing them to like one of Aaron Ra's videos back then.
Oh, I nearly went to see him live when I was back at
his atheism stuff's good. I don't care about the feminism crap, but the atheism stuff's still pretty sound.
He's avoided that recently.
Not surprised.
He talked to Bane though during that time. I know that.
Haven't spoken to Bane in a long time.
I talked to him a little bit on Skype, but I just don't go on Skype.
No, I don't. The only person I talk to from there still is Miss Non. That's about it, really. I know she talks to Bane frequently, but I personally, I don't know. I'm on Discord these days, so I don't really use Skype. It's not even on. I don't think it's on this computer. I think I've removed it.
I can't believe we as a collectively society tolerated Skype for so fucking long.
Yeah, it was pretty crap.
Yeah,
it's evolved beyond the need for Skype.
Do you remember, Mitch, when I first got you onto the B-list Skype group? So that to me was a big deal. For me, it was because so many people. I'd been alone for a long time, and there was like so many people talking all the time, staying up late, just chatting away, and it was really interesting. But then I noticed also people creating other Skype groups within that, and that's when I knew that the group didn't really work properly anymore, because then you had to create other groups for different topics. Which at Discord is a huge win. But then I remember also sitting in off-air hangouts with others, and it was always quite nice and just, it was just a nice friendly environment because people just chill and having a chat. And then it became arguments, and I was like, oh, you're all gay. You're not even the fun kind.
Oh god, I remember you'd make a response to somebody on your side, and it's like the fans would take it dead seriously back in the day, like, oh my god, my two favorite people fighting. You're not fighting. It's
not just that, but also there was a really annoying bias that bugged me. While I don't agree with listen and believe, if someone comes forward and says they've been a victim of an attack from a guy, you don't immediately then just go and defend the guy. and ignore the girl. You've got to then follow the evidence, and it will tell you who's telling the truth.
That's what I do.
And I draw, by the way, the big inspiration for that comment. Gabe the Fat Samurai. Sorry, Happy Blobfish Productions. Sorry, Panda Bearing. Sorry, Caramel Corn.
I remember him.
Sorry, the Brony Fucker.
What?
This is
Some fat
do you want to
prick.
explain?
Chicago, I don't know either. I'm just
Back then there was a guy called Panda Bearing, a parody channel or a mirror channel of a channel existing that was a copy of Bearing's avatar with a panda instead. It was actually a man called Gabriel. I won't say his last name because I'm not a dick. And he asked a 15-year-old girl to show him how to put on a bra.
based.
God damn it, Oxai.
But everyone believed him, and she was ostracized. Yes, she didn't help herself a lot. I will agree how she handled it was bad. But she was 15. I don't expect her to understand how.
I backed her though, because
I backed her as well.
I knew she was telling the truth because we were all friends.
I backed her, and I then reached out to him and said, "Right, you need to now walk away. Go that way. Stay over there.
Please go away forever."
But he didn't. He came back a few years later, and he'd been carrying on.
Yeah, she responded to him too much in videos. When I think maybe in hindsight,
yeah. But it was that's when like those groups, I realised that they weren't of any much use anymore as far as communities go, and you realise also Skype groups are tricky because without the additional chat rooms, everyone talks about different things at once. They dump their personal issues on you, and there's no real. I don't know. It was very hard to talk to individuals unless you took it to DMs or a separate Skype group or Discord servers, which it took years for a patron of mine to beg me to create a Discord server. And he is now royally blamed for my server existing.
Do you remember?
Because he's never even on it.
Speaking of Skype problems, do you remember the YouTube blackout that Bane tried to organise during the first Apocalypse?
I do remember that.
And then a handful of Opinions was invited in, and it was like, "Whoa, what's this?" And next thing you know, he's throwing people under the bus and lying about us. Like, this is some kind of. You see, he was trying to say this is some super secret internet cabal of skeptics or whatever it is, when it was just
he was very much against anything that looked tribalist, and he'd make it. Then that to him was proof of echo chambers, which I guess the B list could have been argued to be one for a while. I mean, there wasn't much difference in opinion unless it was politics, and that was just shit rat Griffix and Senor Mini Bagel, or Andy, is that what his name was? Oh yeah, no. Andy, Shitrat, and Lexi.
Actually
egalitarian, free,
equal rights advocate, or whatever she was.
Yes, equal rights egalitarian. Right. Yeah, sure. They formed a podcast called the Brocialists.
Yeah, I remember that.
Wait. Griffix is a communist now?
No.
I was not her. I was being, facetious, but.
Griffix is on the left, but she's not that kind of left. She's more the kind that would love Bill Maher to fuck her.
Oh.
She'd simp for him.
Bill Maher's such a
That's what I
boomer.
call him.
He is a boomer, to be fair. I'm a boomer, but he's...
No, the thing is, it's just like, so much of his shit revolves around shitting on millennials, which was like popular 4 years ago.
Oh, that was. The thing is, I'm a millennial by the definitions of the birth years.
Yeah.
I just don't care. It doesn't mean shit to me. I'm not entitled. I've earned everything I've got. I legitimately don't care. So it's a pigeonholing thing, or it could be a thought-terminating cliche. It's just stupid. I don't care for it. That's why I never liked labels in the first place. It's just bollocks. But I really enjoyed that Skype group because to me it was a real eye-opener into like making internet friends, I guess you can call it that.
Sorry. I just thought.
Congrats on having
Cringe.
friends.
Yeah.
Wonder how that
nice.
feels.
It was great. I'm just glad I'm just glad it's on Discord. It's just a shame that the majority of those who are on those Skype groups aren't on Discord. And they're not.
And
Sorry?
Marking Bad is on Discord.
Oh yeah. No, Marking Bad's on my server, but there aren't many left that are. They've all, they've got Red Robot. He doesn't anymore and he's tweeted about it. He is protecting himself because he's the only one that has an income in his house.
Yeah, I don't blame him.
So he's got to protect himself, and I get that. It's just a shame because I'd happily host a Sunday Fundy on my channel, quite frankly.
In the satellite of requited love. Did you buy that off him?
Yeah? Unrequited. I actually do need to reach out and ask him if he can give me the image for the satellite of unrequited love, just so I can blow it up. I'm kidding, but I'd like to use it.
He probably might be watching this,
If he is, Red, just hit me up. I wouldn't
I'll
mind.
add
Just
him
give me a
and
full-
say
just give me the
Omegon
image.
is trying to destroy your home.
No, don't want to destroy it. I just want to borrow it for a bit because he's not using it. So why don't I use it? I'm the best. I'm the best person for it. I've literally changed my set to have a freaking shuttle pod in it.
Ooh, I need to see that. I've not seen that set
It's
yet.
from Enterprise. It's the shuttle pod from Enterprise.
Oh, not Enterprise.
To be fair, I'm upgrading. The pod will be then evolving into the USS Defiant.
Very nice. Much better. Cisco.
DS9 is the best because it has the motherfucking Cisco.
I am Picard.
I'll tell you what I'll do, Mitch. I'll send you an image, a stash link to where my shuttle pod images are. Although the bottom images in that group are actually used for something else, but the pod itself is in the top left corner.
Very nice.
Yeah, that's the pod. Lovecraft 01.
Nice. It kind of reminds me of Red Dwarf a bit. You know, when they were stuck in the shuttle.
Yeah,
for
I
a while.
was gonna go Red Dwarf originally. I was gonna go with a bug originally, and I found out in 2018 or 2017. Sorry, I was actually trying to get an artist to make one for me, but it never happened. So fuck it, I'm going Star Trek instead.
What do you think of the new
one
TV
second.
shows, by the way?
The what shows?
The new TV shows, you know, like Picard, Discovery, stuff like that.
No.
Yeah, I just can't bring myself. It's not Star Trek. It's something else. I mean, don't get me wrong. The Wrath of Khan was dark, but it was still Star Trek. Because it
Those
wasn't
Omegon checks
depressing.
DMs.
It wasn't depressing. It wasn't trying to push a message that was completely alien to Star Trek. It was just a really bad situation. That's why it was dark, which made sense. But I don't know. Anyway, we've gone overtime, but it's been a pleasure having you on again, Meg. And sorry to tail feature once again. But don't worry, everything's cool. Don't worry, guys. We've been chatting.
Sorry, I had to mute for a second. What happened?
Oh, we're finishing up now. We're wrapping up.
Oh, right.
It was lovely
Win.
having you on. That's what I said.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So, closing remarks now. So, Alkazai, closing remarks.
You two make a cute couple.
Stop it, you.
Thank you, baby.
Chicago, say something to the people.
One more week and then we get to go and celebrate beating the Bonds again.
You get
Yay.
yeah, he gets to be the Japanese gunslinger with the bigger iron.
As the Bigu Aron.
And Omegon, any closing remarks from you?
Why are you so uncomfortable with that, love?
I don't know. But anyway, my last word is moist. See you later, guys.
Moist.